What up, though? And welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today, we look at some of the latest free agency news and rumors and roster moves made by the Lions and how they could affect what the Lions GM Brad Holmes would do next. But please like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All these things help us with this YouTube algorithm and gets this content to more Detroit Lions fans like yourself. If you keep coming back and you like the content and you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 3,000 subscribers and we're currently at 2773. We now have channel memberships. So it's another way for you to help us grow this show. Now it's time to bring in my co-host for today's show. First up, y'all see that draft background behind him, man. He is, I said it before, the hardest working man down there in Jackson, Michigan. He got a ton of jobs and a ton of kids because he gotta have all them jobs with all them kids. It's the Wolf of Lion who?
Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
And I hope your family feels better, man. Thanks for all the well wishes this weekend. I had that stomach. I don't know if it was a stomach bug or food poisoning, but I was sick too this weekend.
Hey, I stay away from them, man.
Yeah, for real, man. And y'all know who it is, man. Y'all see him yawning because, you know, he had to keep staying up all night, you know what I'm saying, farming them yams. Man, it's the ladies' pet that bids regret. You ain't seen nothing yet. The highest player from the Himalayas, LL Cool Tones. What's going on, my guy?
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday morning.
Man, thank you for starting your work week out with us right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast. If you're new to the channel and you don't know how the show works, we look at Detroit Lions news, headlines, or takes. If we agree, we say they are bossed up. If we disagree, we say they are balled on and give our reasons why we agree or disagree. No hot takes here, just our true thoughts and opinions about what's going on with our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. No hot takes, man. And if we keep 100, if you think that we faking it right here, look at LL's face when we talk about some things he don't agree with. It's going to tell you 100% we keep it real right here on the show because his face tell it all. Boy couldn't play a hand of poker to save his life. But anyway. Oh, man. A lot of things going on with Detroit Lions over the weekend. Kind of some surprise things. Some things I was like, okay. Some things I wanted to have happen. So, And thanks for Coach Jones for holding it down on Friday, man, doing the video, man. I appreciate it, man, because, you know, I couldn't make it. I was trying to go live, man, but that's whatever that was that had me handcuffed to the bed and to the toilet and to the bucket had me messed up on Friday. But first of all, what do you guys think about my man DJ Reed doing the blade dance or the bossed up on his on? Well, I think it was the Lions Instagram or the X or whatever they was doing it on.
I'll let you go, LL, because you jumped up, so I'm gonna let you go.
Nah, good for him. Welcome to Detroit. He just trying to do what the Detroiters do. That's all.
Yeah.
Actually, Sauce Gardner taught him the blade dance when he was in New York. He said he didn't know it was going to lead to him signing with the Lions. So when he signed with the Lions, he already knew the blade dance. He already knew what was going on with the boss up. So, you know what I'm saying? But welcome to the D.
I gotta say this: when you do that dance, lock them damn arms, okay? don't have arms flimsy, like don't do that. Don't do that. Lock them arms up. Lock them arms up.
Yeah, but for real, man, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, welcome DJ Reed. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know I ain't gonna lie to you. I put that video out on LNU, came out late last week. I told the truth, but he here now, man. And all I need you to do is ball out, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't get balled on. Make sure you ball out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But all right, so today we're gonna talk about a few things, man. We're gonna talk about some of the moves that the Lions have made and how they can affect their current roster, and you know what it can do. And what the Lions will do going forward. So the first thing we're going to talk about is my man Coach Jones going to talk about a move that kind of had some head scratches over the weekend. Yeah. I mean, well, through free agency when they signed Kyle Allen, a quarterback, to come in. So what you got on Kyle Allen versus Hendon Hooker?
Yeah, and just to let y'all know, this isn't a camp body. because I know everybody be quick to dismiss, signings as camp bodies. But let's get into Kyle Allen because Kyle Allen has played in 31 games. In those 31 games, he has 19 starts with a 7-12 overall record. That's not him, but that's how his team fared in those games. So that's not like the greatest, but when you're a backup quarterback, I mean, you're not gonna really have a winning record. I don't know many backup quarterbacks who do. I mean, there's like Justin Fields and things like that, but he was once a starter. Um, Kyle Allen did finish his first 2 seasons. He finished 1-0. He had his one start. His second season, where he got the deepest amount of experience, he was 5-7. And then he went on the next year to be 1-3. He didn't play. He didn't start actually in the next season, which was 2021, but he did play in 2 games. Then he started 2 games in 2022, which he was 0-2, and he hasn't started since. He's appeared in 8 games, but he has not started. Kyle Allen, he is a backup, right? He's a guy who is serviceable when need be. He's a guy who, when Goff goes down, you can call Kyle Allen's number. I think one thing that Hendon Hooker probably, because we see the talent on the field physically from Hendon Hooker, and we like, what's wrong with him? And the thing is that you have to realize is the backup quarterback is also responsible for helping the starting quarterback prep for that week's game. So that all might be Hendon Hooker's mental, about him mentally grasping the game and him able to help Jared Goff prepare for these games. I don't think that Hendon Hooker has reached that level yet to help Goff prepare for games, because that's a big job of a backup quarterback. So with that being said, he's been in the league for 7 years now. He has a 62.7 completion percentage. He's threw for 4,753 yards, 26 touchdowns, 21 interceptions, which I said is not great, but backup quarterback, he's serviceable, man, and he's been on a few teams. He started his career in Carolina for 2 seasons. Then he went to Washington for 2 seasons. Since then, he's spent a year in Houston, a year at Buffalo. Last year, he was at Pittsburgh. I seriously, and this is how I feel. I feel that he is here to be the backup because I'm going to tell you right now, if he was the backup quarterback last year, we wouldn't have called Teddy Bridgewater. If he was the backup, we would not have called Teddy QB3, the emerging quarterback, and Kyle Allen would have backed up Jared Goff. So with that being said, I think personally that Hendon Hooker is on the trade block. I think Hendon Hooker is going to be draft trade back material. I don't think they're going to trade up in the draft. I think they're going to trade back and try and get 2 picks in that second round. And I believe Hendon Hooker is a trade piece right now. I just don't believe that he has done enough cerebrally to stay on this team, and I think Brad Holmes knows what to do, and he can go ahead and get him a pass rusher. I'm gonna tell you that right now. There's a plethora of pass rushers in this draft, and I think Brad Holmes sees he want to get 2 picks out of the second round, and that's just me. That's what I feel. I don't know what's y'all take on that, man, but Kyle Allen, he's our backup. I believe Hendon Hooker is on his way out the door. Not the door, the dough. And, it is what it is, man.
All right. So I'm going to give you a big ball on this one. I don't agree with you at all on this one. I don't agree with you at all. The Lions bring in quarterbacks every year as competition. And I'm not sure the Lions are going to move over from Hendon Hooker. Now, like you said, there's some rumors that he could be part of a trade package. I don't see a team trying to trade for a player in the most important position on the field who is unproven in the NFL. You don't have enough tape to say that Hendon Hooker, I'm going to trade for this guy because I can believe in him as my backup quarterback or my number one quarterback. He doesn't have enough tape for me in the league. Not, and I'm not saying that I don't believe in Hendon Hooker. I believe that he has the upper hand as Goff backup because of the fact that he knows the system in Detroit. And it's this, people say, well, you change the systems. Well, not really, because of the fact that John Morton was the architect of what Ben Johnson implemented in Detroit. So I think that he will need to improve this offseason. I'm not saying that he's a camp body. I'm not saying that at all, but he is competition. So, and it may be one of those things where he is on the roster where the Lions carry 3 quarterbacks. So they carry Allen and Hooker on the roster. But I believe that Hendon Hooker is still, to me, I believe that he's still the backup quarterback to Jared Goff in Detroit. So that's just what I feel. But what you got, LL?
Well, real quick, Curt, if that was the case, why the hell did they sign Teddy Bridgewater for the playoffs?
Teddy Bridgewater was going to come back. He said he was coming back regardless.
But
you can't say Hendon Hooker is better than Teddy Bridgewater. There's no freaking way you can say that because he's not.
No, but I'm saying is Teddy Bridgewater, Hendon Hooker took all the backup snaps the whole year, and then when it counted the most, Teddy Bridgewater won the game fresh off of high school. It's first off of coaching high school football.
I get what you're saying.
Straight in the game.
I get what you're saying, but you want that proof. You do have a guy who's up and coming, but you do want that veteran presence. I think that veteran presence was key for that playoff game for Teddy Bridgewater. I just think that they wanted that proven backup, but that's the reason why I'm saying you're proving my point. If I'm a GM, I'm not trading for a guy who's unproven. I don't care what the trade package is. I
don't think that he's going to be the only part of a trade. I believe it's going to be like
trades and picks.
It's going to be a couple of picks and Hendon Hooker. It's not going to be like just Hendon Hooker so valuable that he's the trade piece, the soul. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some picks and Hendon Hooker.
He's the throw in.
Yeah, exactly. So what you got, LL? Now that you've had time to formulate your thoughts.
I didn't need very long. It's a big boss up to everything. I mean, balled on to almost everything you said. I don't. And to a part what Curt said, it's a camp body to me, a camp arm, or just not important at all. I don't really understand why they signed this guy. He just gonna be here for a while, to help out. I don't think he sees the field in any kind of significant way, nor Hendon Hooker. But I don't think that this means anything towards Hendon Hooker. I don't believe that they're gonna trade Hendon Hooker because of Kyle Allen or any of that stuff.
Do you think that? So you're saying to me that Hendon Hooker will be the backup to Jared Goff?
Yes.
Do you want to put some money on it?
Bet back on that. What's his name? What's my man? We bet on last year. We bet a pint on.
I forgot. Yeah,
I can't think of his name. What's my man?
The knob, y'all doing the Knob Creek again? The Knob Creek?
Okay. What's his name? What's number 92? Davenport. We bet back
Marcus
on that.
Davenport. Yeah.
We bet that you bet that
y'all running
Davenport
it back
was going
on
to
that
do
one.
something. And we had to.
Yeah.
So
that was a technicality. You know what I'm saying? That ain't
somebody dropped the people's elbow on his farm.
Yeah.
But anyway, like this video, share the video, comment on the video. All these things help us get this content and get it out to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we keep it real right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate. We starting to show off right today, man. Straight, we getting into straight fire, man. We like, nah, bruh.
Straight foolishness.
Nah, bruh. Boom, foolery. Hey, what's the thing? If he go shenan once, he go shenan again. All right. LL, you got something for today, man. You have a question. And I have, should the Detroit Lions bring back Zadarius Smith, or like you call him, Lord Zayed? What you got, LL, on this topic?
Pretty much. I was just gonna pick you guys' brains on that topic. Last year we brought in Zadarius Smith, who I like to call Lord Zed, and he did all right. He didn't do, there was a lot of predictions out there on what his numbers was going to be or what his impact would be. It was felt in different ways, but lots of injuries kind of limited exactly what he would, the impact that he would have. I believe if we were a little bit more healthy, that impact would have been felt a whole lot more. He came over and played eight games with us. In those 8 games, he had, I believe, four sacks. He had 5 with Cleveland. And that's just in limited capacity. He only had what this is saying is 12 total tackles. And I seen it somewhere else it was more than that. But he played in a limited capacity. He didn't play as much as he probably could have had and or should have had with better defensive line mates. He came over, played real good. Zadarius Smith has a name around the league. Very hard-nosed player, set the edge, tough edge player. Not necessarily the big splashy player, but he plays football. A lot of us think that you shoot real hard. You like slap people in the head and all that kind of stuff. Lord Zed be out there, but he can be an impact player for a defense. A lot of people think that he may be included, or he may. I was gonna say he may be included in a trade package. He may just be left out there, and we're going to look elsewhere. Things like that, and maybe we should. I don't really know. It's a lot of options in the draft. As far as free agents go, I don't really know how many of them I would like over him. They're still out there, but just as far as I believe that we'll still draft an edge or 2 in this upcoming draft, and Hendon Hooker won't be included in any deal to get either of those draft or any of edge players.
I guess he will.
I don't believe so, but and we all said it anyway. Coach Mike, you brought it up at one point last week how we all talked about just seeing Hutch and Lorzed together. Just this whole D line healthy, number one. But number 2, just that pairing. I would really like to see that. A lot of times you have, he's Zadarius Smith could be your prototypical what you want to say, weak side end, like the edge setter, the strong, the power rusher, all of that good stuff. He's a power end, even though both of our guys are power rushers, but he's the quote unquote power end. And he plays that to a T. He plays that as well as you could ask somebody to do. I think he would be I don't want to say perfect fit, but a very, very good fit here, just in general, but of course, across from Aiden Hutchinson. And I just bring this up because, we've got lost in everything. I might have mentioned it a couple of times. We've been saying everybody else's name out on the other side of Hutch except for Lord Zed, even though I think that he might still be a good option. And he's still available. He probably won't be expensive. He'll be everything that, that we kind of are, that we've been asking for from a free agent. Some of us, the smarter ones, not the ones that want us to go out and break the bank and pay $60 million for somebody and lose everybody else and then complain about that we ain't got Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch and everybody else. We not any of those kind of people. But this could be a very affordable option, and he needs a fit. And when he came over, something that may spark the organization's interest more than any of ours. But he was already, coaching guys up. Hey, look at this, look at that. I don't know what he was saying, but just pointing things out. We see that this is a team made up of player coaches, so that could be some kind of a draw as well to the organization. Maybe they want to see Lord Zed come back and be a defensive end coach or defensive lineman coach or something like that. Who knows? But I just said all of those things to say it's a lot of benefits to bringing him in, and the only benefit to leaving him out there is that he'd go somewhere else, and we won't have him. We might can get somebody who we see as an upgrade in some kind of way, but will it be Lord Zed? I ain't saying Lord Zed is the greatest thing, but I'm just saying he's a good option. He's a good option. He probably won't cost us a whole lot. So what do you guys think? Should the Lions bring back Lord Zed, or should we just leave him on out there and figure some other options out?
All right, I'm going to defensive line coach go last because, you say the best for last when you talk about defensive line. So I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on this one. I hope that they could bring back Zadarius Smith. However, I don't think they will. I think Brad Holmes will go after a younger edge player in the draft and save that veteran spot for a interior offensive lineman. I say this because of the signings of Levi Onwuzurike and Marcus Davenport. We all know that Levi can play inside and outside. And you still have Mekhi Wingo and Josh Pascal on the roster. And the only reason we really brought in Zadarius Smith because all the damn injuries we had last year. He was to break the glass in case of emergency. I think that they're going to try to go younger. I think the age thing is going to kind of hurt him in Detroit because they want to get younger and not older. He makes them particularly older on defense. And you have, like I said, we have a lot of guys who have that versatility to play inside and outside. Not saying that Smith can't. I just think he can't play it as well as in with great frequency. He struggled playing inside last year when they lined him up at defensive tackle. He did not have his greatest performances when they lined him up inside. He played better on the outside. I would like to see him opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, but I just don't think that the Lions are going to be bringing him back. Like I said, I think they're going to save that veteran like spot for a offensive lineman. That's what my thoughts are. I would like to have him back opposite Aiden Hutchinson, but you look at all the defensive linemen, the defensive end, edge, whatever they call, how you call them, because they just call them defensive linemen now. The guys that can play both edge and on the inside. You got a lot of guys coming back from injuries, so that's just my thing. You have all these guys that were hurt that are coming back. Where do you find room for this? Zadarius Smith? He was a trade out of necessity, not really want. So that's just my thing. I want him back. Not saying I don't want him back, but I think the Lions are going to look to go younger on the defensive line.
What if they're thinking about shedding players like the commish and whoever else?
I don't think
Makai Wingo ain't gonna be back early because he got hurt kind of late, didn't he? So
no, he got hurt early.
He got hurt late. I thought he got hurt like after the trade deadline. I could be wrong, but I thought he got hurt late.
I thought he got hurt in the middle of the season. I think he'll be back toward that camp. But you got a lot of guys coming. My only thing, even if he is, you have a lot of guys coming back. So I'm looking at this thing like now, Commish. I don't even count him on the roster right now. Mm-hmm. I don't, because he was just gone. I mean, like, you can't count a guy who was there, who was gone the whole. He was gone. He wasn't even there. He got hurt in camp, so he was. I don't even count him on the roster last year, to be honest with you.
Right.
And that puts him behind the other guys that were actually playing last year. But I just think that the Lions are going to go younger. I think they may do what they did last year with the cornerback position in the draft. I think they may double up on edge. So what you got, Coach, on the defensive end with Zadarius Smith?
I'm gonna give you a boss up, LL, because I do think they're gonna bring Zadarius Smith back, and it's for the reasons that Curt just mentioned. The fact that we were extremely hurt on that D line, and I don't think you can count on guys being hurt, coming off injury, and then coming back, especially with the schedule that we gonna have coming up, man. I believe that Zadarius Smith, even though he is 32, he still got something in him, man. He had 9 sacks last year between 2 teams, 5 with Cleveland, 4 with us. He brings that energy. And the thing is Zadarius Smith is a guy who needs an alpha, right? He needs an alpha on the other end to really unlock what he does. I think if we probably wouldn't have got him if Hutch didn't get hurt, but if Hutch was there and Zadarius Smith was there, I believe Zadarius Smith might have got about 7 sacks with us. And that's after the trade. So I think Zadarius Smith, his production for what he does on the other side of a superstar is unmatched. And I think they will find a way to bring him back. I just don't think that you can go in the season with guys coming off an injury. I think you got to have some healthy body returning from the season, or else you're going to end up being in the same position you was in before. Just everybody hurt. And to me, I kind of got a soft spot for D linemen. So, I'm just in favor, especially the last season, man. We got to have as many D linemen as possible, because this is a long season. Injuries pile up, and Zadarius Smith is a guy who his last 4 seasons, 17 games, 16 games, 16 games, 16 games. That's durability to me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel you, man. I mean, he may take a lesser deal, you know what I'm saying? Because,
right. And
his boo is in Detroit, so he might take a lesser deal to stay around Cash Doll. Anyway, like the video.
His what, Curt?
His boo.
But one thing I think I said that in mind, but you could do all of that. You can one thing that just to put our points together, Curt, they could bring him back and double up Steele because he is older. He ain't this. I wouldn't call him, the oldest or nothing like that. But
no, he's not the oldest, but he is
an
older.
older player. But you could do both, and in that way, I wouldn't really. This way combine all three of our points here. I really wouldn't mind if we were to draft a player like Landon Jackson at that point because you can let him, figure some stuff out. He could sit behind Laura's head, maybe figure out some head slapping moves too. Because instead of he need to tighten that thing up. So
that one slapped the hell out.
Woo, boy, that thing was funny. Hey man, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video, man, and keep your pimp hand strong. Right here with us on the Positive Ball Out Podcast, your home where I got debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. Last topic for today. I did a video last week for LNU. It was one of those things. And I had some fun doing a quick little video, and I'm gonna do a follow-up video to it for LNU this week as well. Timmy P is back in the building. Oh man, my man posted a t-shirt online says I only want to work with the Detroit Lions, and I made a quick video saying, "Hey man, what y'all waiting for? Bring them back." The man telling you, I only want to work with you guys. So, hey, what was y'all waiting on? And lo and behold, a little while later, the next day, I believe, Timmy P was back in the building. Man, I like this re-signing. If you look at re-signing it, Tim Patrick was a big deal for the Lions, I believe, for a few reasons. First of all, Big Timmy has a ton of experience, and he can make some big plays. Y'all seen the first play he made as a Lion was a big shot down the field. Use his body to get in front of a defensive back down there in Dallas, and use that body control to make a big catch. Man, he has that size, athleticism, man, and he's a reliable target, man, which was key for Jared Goff. Man, he needed him in the red zone. That's where Patrick did his most damage. Man, was really in the red zone and some over the middle, and he allowed Jared Goff to spread the ball around. He didn't have to just key, especially in the red zone, on a guy like Sam Laporta or Amon-Ra St. Brown. He could spread the ball around to Tim Patrick, and as he can. A lot of those routes that he was running, especially with I think the game he had like 2 touchdowns, like they wasn't even covering Tim Patrick in the red zone because they were so worried about guys like Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown. And it also has some solid depth for the receiving group, man. We all know that's important, adding that depth, man, because of injuries. And we all know, we just talked about it for the defensive line, what can happen with injuries. So keeping him on the roster makes a ton of sense for me, because you can just roll him in and out and without missing a beat because he knows the system as well. Plus his leadership, man. He helped the young players step up, man. He can help some rookies to help, because I believe we're going to get a couple of rookies either via the draft or undrafted free agents. And it's good to have some chemistry on the roster, man. We saw what the signing of Tim Patrick, and when he caught his first touchdown, how the team embraced him and how he brought the team back last year. Keeping Tim Patrick, for me, signals that the Lions want to keep that momentum. They want to continue to compete in a tough NFC North. And it shows some fans and some other teams that the Lions are seriously making that push, keeping some guys and some continuity on the roster. So having a guy like Tim Patrick on the roster could be crucial in some close games. Like I said, man, that red zone, he's a big threat in the red zone. He's got that big body, and he can definitely box people out down there in the paint, down there in the end zone. I think it was a smart choice by the Lions to get into skilled, seasoned receiver. He's not a down-the-field threat like he used to be when he was younger, but he definitely can help in that middle of the field. He's a big body, and that he can definitely help the team moving forward. Now, I still think the Lions will address the wide receiver position maybe in the draft, you know what I'm saying, but it doesn't make it a priority. They can look in the later rounds for, a draft, a developmental project. We all know that that John Morton wants to throw the ball down the field. So you're definitely going to have the opportunity to pick up a guy who can, blaze it down the field. So, this might take him a little bit to get, we call that get in rhythm with Jared Goff. But that's why I believe it was important to bring a guy back like that Tim Patrick, where he already has rapport with Jared Goff, and he knows how to run his routes the way that Jared Goff likes to throw the ball. So, and he got better deep ball last year, man. So some of those shots down to Jameson Williams, he wasn't underthrowing him a lot like he was the prior year. LL, I see your face. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But we all know that Jameson Williams is one of the top guys in the league at shots down the field. So and when yards per catch. So yeah. So but I like the fact that Uncle Timmy is back. So I want you guys to give me your opinion. What do you guys' thoughts on Tim Patrick being back in the building? Or I'm gonna let you go first because LL calls him. What do you call him?
What happened?
What do you call Tim Patrick? You call him something else?
Kwame Tim Patrick. Oh yeah, my dog Kwame Tim Patrick. No, I just laughed when you said something about being a downfield threat. We know we don't got none of them because our quarterback ain't a downfield threat himself. But no, it's great to bring back Kwame Tim Patrick, man. We thought we lost something with when Reynolds had left and everybody was upset with Reynolds and this and that and whatever. Reynolds had some, Reynolds didn't help his way out the door. He had some stuff to say about Detroit Lions fans and all this other stuff too. But he no longer here. Blessings to that guy. Prayers for that guy, I should say. Because he ran into some issues, elsewhere. But we brought Kwame Tim Patrick in as his replacement. I think he stepped in admirably. I'm saying that wrong probably, but I was wrong. Let me say this part first. I probably should have said this. Number one, I was wrong about Tim Patrick. I thought he was just coming in to be, just whatever. We gonna try and figure him out, almost on some Trinity Benson type stuff. He just gonna be here for whatever reason. I didn't really know because he's a hurt old boy. I thought that he, may get hurt again, knock on wood, all that stuff. But I was wrong. Kwame Tim Patrick, I don't think he missed a game for us. And he played his role well. So I'm glad that he came back. I do believe that we'll probably still draft another wide receiver because there's going to be a lot of good ones that slide. You might can get a really, really good one in the 5th or 6th round. So if we have a 5th round pick, I don't know if we do or not. But I know we don't got one of them. I know we got a 4th or a 5th, one of them. But you can get a pretty decent one later because there's going to be a whole lot of them that slide. But, I'm glad that we brought back my dog, Kwame Tim Patrick.
No, we do not have a 5th round pick. We have a 4th, a 6th, and 2 7s this year.
And there's one other thing, and hopefully I'm not stealing nobody's point or what you about to say, Mike. But the good thing about Tim Patrick, he puts everybody else in their place. Like Amara can do what he got to do. You don't necessarily got to put him doing something else. And Jameson Williams can do whatever he got to do. He ain't got to be doing something else. And saying, it just kind of put everybody else into where they need to be.
Yeah, right on. I'm gonna give you a boss up, Curt. I'm giving out boss ups all over the place. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I like Tim Patrick, man. He was an immediate wide receiver room fit. You could tell like by how he got along with the receivers, man, and how they all embraced him. Tim Patrick brings that X, that big body receiver that can kind of box out down in the red zone, man. No, he could run deep early in his career, but now he can still hit the seams. He can still hit the seams, turn around, sit. He can still kind of go over across the middle, and and he can kind of high point the ball, or his body is so big that he has a big target where Goff can put it on him. I think he understands the offense. It'll be very, very beneficial for the Detroit Lions that they have him. I think, like you said, he does allow them to do their job. He does allow Myron St. Brown to do what he does, Jalen to do what he does. He kind of opens it up more for Sam Laporta. So I like the signing. I think he's going to do very good in Detroit. And you know what? Another thing is he came from the same place Josh Reynolds went to, and we got a better Josh Reynolds. How you like that?
Yeah, and Josh Reynolds got traded away from Denver to the Jaguars, and his career hadn't been the same since. So
and Kwame Tim Patrick is an excellent blocker. I meant to throw that in there as well.
Yeah, he's a definitely better blocker than Josh Reynolds, man. That Josh Reynolds, he just tall and lanky, man. He wasn't very good in blocking, man. Like, yeah, he was. He wasn't that great. doing that great. But hey, man, like the video, share the
Look out.
video, comment on the video. Hey, do us a favor. Put in the comments what you guys think about each one of the topics that we talked about today. Will Kyle Allen be the replacement for Hendon Hooker? And will Hendon Hooker be part of the trade package? Then, should the Lions bring back Zadarius Smith? And give us your thoughts on Tim Patrick being back in the building, man. Uncle Timmy's back, man. Hey, y'all know how we get down, man. We love you right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. If you haven't done so already, make sure you do what? Follow the crew on your favorite social media platforms. My man, Coach Jones, does a great job over there in his Wolverine Sports Talk and doing videos over here as well, some shorts. And check out his Beyond the Ropes boxing playlist that's on this channel. I post content from this channel on all of my social media platforms. And, of course, LL, man, the Yam Master himself. Make sure you follow him on your favorite social media platforms, especially that good old Instagram. Because, you know, it gets down Thursdays, man. It go ham on his page. But, of course, it's time for parting shots, man. Thank you for joining us and starting your week off with us right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. Man, Coach Jones, you up first, my guy.
Yeah, this ain't even about the Lions right now. I just want to say to the NCAA tournament committee, y'all on some BS. Michigan was the 3rd seed in the Big Ten tournament. Wisconsin was the 5th seed in the Big Ten tournament. Michigan beat Wisconsin to win the Big Ten tournament championship. And then Wisconsin gets ranked a 3 seed in the Eastern bracket, and Michigan goes to a 5 seed in the Southern bracket. What in the hell is y'all doing with y'all selves and with y'all lives? That don't even make no sense at all.
They beat Wisconsin twice this year. Once in the regular season, it's still a higher. They still a higher seed, man.
And they were ranked, and Wisconsin didn't finish with a better overall record in the Big Ten than Michigan. Because if they was, they wouldn't have been ranked 5th, and Michigan was ranked 3rd. So with that being said, my Wolverines might go all the way because we got a 7-footer that can handle the ball in Wolf. We got a 7'1" guy in Vlad that can just do it down low, man. And hey, if them Wolverines win the Natty, don't be surprised,
man. And my man Cheddar was putting some points on them biscuits, man. Them Cheddar biscuits was getting it in. You know what I'm saying? Them 3-pointers, you know what I'm saying? But all right, time for my man LL, man. What you got for this Monday for the people, man?
Happy Monday morning. Shout out to Maniac Tim, because as you were saying, Uncle Timmy. Shout out to Maniac Tim. I think it was either Friday or Saturday night. I had fella, dozed off and woke up, wake up in the middle of the night. And he was on live. I said, what the hell?
He gets it in. He is the late night Lions content creator, man. Cause that dude be up 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Be alive.
Yeah. So just shout out to Maniac Tim, man. Shout out to everybody from Detroit Lions on the prowl. Shout out to Mitch Val, and RIP to that main gym.
Of course, man. For me, man, thank you guys for starting your week off with us right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you comment, man. And make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit the notification bell so you know you're getting that fresh content from us right here on our channel, man. If you're having a good day at work, because sometimes that could be hard on a Monday, because we know Mondays could be rough sometimes. Make sure you spread that joy. If you're not having a good day, don't steal no one else's joy. And what
Happy
you got?
St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah, St. Patrick's Day today. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For all my Irish fellow folks, man.
And to Kwame Tim Patrick. Happy Kwame Tim Patrick Day.
And happy corned beef and cabbage, man.
Man, people don't know this about me, but my paternal side, and it's usually Scottish, but this is the Irish part. We are McAdams, so people don't know that about me. You know what I'm saying? So my mom's side, we're McAdams, so we got some of that. We got some of that Celtic blood. You know what I'm saying? Swirling around in that damn thing. You see, I'm kind of fair skin anyway. But anyway,
we see all that.
Make sure. Definitely make sure you have a great day, man, and don't steal no one else's joy. And make sure you spread that good word to everyone, man. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL Cool Torrance and Coach Mike Jones, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.